This is KGW News at 11.
Thanks for joining us. I'm David Molko, and we begin with that carjacking turned kidnapping turned escape. The victim running barefoot in the middle of the night, then banging on a stranger's door. Catherine Cook talked to the family, who were woken up by her cries for help. And Catherine, this story is just startling on so many levels here.
Yeah, David, especially since it happened at 4:30 in the morning, and it was not immediately clear that the person trying to break into their house was just trying to save her life.
She ignored the front door and came in here.
It was 4:30 Saturday morning. That's when Jamie Woods says a stranger came onto his property and woke his whole family. They live on Northeast 28th Street near 242nd and Camas. Woods says the woman started banging on their back door.
Long enough for my dog to go crazy like that.
I was scared because I thought someone was breaking in and robbing us.
I mean, she was desperate to get in, which I can understand.
Woods says he opened the door just enough for the woman to speak.
She told me that someone was trying to kill her and someone stole her car and all this other stuff. So I was like, okay, well, hold on a second.
Woods called 911 and walked the woman outside.
We didn't know exactly what he was walking into.
Police say the woman told them she'd been carjacked near Mill Plain and Grand in Vancouver. She says the suspect asked her for water, which she provided. Then she let him get in her car. That's when she says he held her at knife point and forced her to give him control of the car. She says several miles later, on a dirt road in Camas, she jumped out of the moving car and escaped.
She was all dirty, barefoot, no shoes.
With deputies on the way, Woods took this cell phone video of the woman for safety. You can hear her recounting what happened.
Thought he was gonna kill me, so I jumped out.
The only thing I can think of is maybe he was bringing her out here to kill her, dump her, rape her, who knows. I'm just thankful that she got out of the vehicle and got here to someone that was willing to call the authorities and help her, regardless of her attempting to break into the house.
I'm pretty proud of him for how he reacted with the situation.
Woods is just relieved.
We didn't know if she was, crazy or if she was actually telling the truth, but come to find out the whole story was completely true.
Now, less than an hour later, deputies spotted the suspect driving the victim's car. That triggered a 10-minute chase that ended near 115th and Choclaw. Deputies and Vancouver police pinned the car and arrested the suspect, who has refused to identify himself. He's in the Clark County Jail on multiple charges, including robbery and kidnapping in the first degree. David.
Absolutely terrifying. Catherine Cook reporting tonight. Thanks, Catherine. Let's get you caught up on tonight's other headlines. A man kayaking off Seaside this morning has died. Police say they got a call before 11 about an empty kayak that was spotted floating offshore. Witnesses say the victim was in a group with other paddlers, but somehow got separated from his kayak. His body was later recovered. Authorities say the man was in his 50s and was wearing a wetsuit, but not a life jacket. The U.S. Coast Guard has called off the search for 9 people who are on board a float plane that crashed near Whidbey Island in Washington. Now, according to the Coast Guard, the plane was flying from Friday Harbor in the San Juan Islands to Renton Municipal Airport. The single-engine aircraft went down Sunday without a distress call. A total of 10 people were on board, including a child. Fire officials say only one body has been recovered. The NTSB is now investigating. A fire destroyed 2 food carts over the weekend at a pod in North Portland. The fire sparked Sunday afternoon near the intersection of North Fremont and Vancouver Avenues. Firefighters kept the flames from spreading, but not before they wiped out 2 carts, Monkey Thai Street Food and Pepe Chile Taqueria. The food cart owners believe this fire was accidental, though there's been no official word. Now, just a week earlier, a food cart in downtown Portland blew up, shattering hundreds of windows. Investigators believe that one was caused by a gas explosion. All right, let's talk about wildfires in Oregon tonight. A lot to get to because it suddenly got a whole lot busier over the last few days. We're tracking a couple in eastern Oregon, including the Sturgill fire that's in Wallowa County. It grew rapidly today. It's now covering 12,000 acres. The sheriff's office there issuing evacuation orders and closing trails. Now let's head about 40 miles to the east as the crow flies to the Double Creek fire. That mushroomed over the weekend in the Wallowa National Forest to more than 43,000 acres. Governor Kate Brown invoking the Emergency Conflagration Act for both of these fires. That allows the Office of the State Fire Marshal to take command of fire suppression efforts. Both Double Creek and Sturgill, authorities say, sparked by lightning. The Double Creek blaze is 0% contained. From there, we want to head to the southwest. The National Guard is being brought in to help fire crews focus on the Rum Creek fire. More than 50 National Guard and State Army troops are in Josephine County now. They will stay for as long as they are needed. The fire there has burned over 19,000 acres with some progress when it comes to containment. A little good news, troops are trained to work alongside firefighters, but in this case, they've been called to help with traffic and closures.
It allows the firefighters to not have to worry about that. Since we've been here, they've seen a marked decrease in looky-loos and general public trying to enter into the area. So it keeps a lot of that unneeded traffic out of the area.
The National Guard said they also work to keep out looters and to protect property. Rum Creek, by the way, approximately 34% contained. Matt Zafino will have a closer look at how much ground these fires are covering and the impact from the smoke a little bit later at 11. You don't have to go far, by the way, to find the trail of devastation that wildfires can leave behind. Remember this, it's been 2 years since the Beachy Creek fire exploded, tearing through parts of Marion County, claiming at least 5 lives, scorching nearly 200,000 acres. One of the hardest hit was the Santiam Canyon. Christine Pinawanich returned to the city of Detroit to see what it looks and feels like 2 years on.
It has been 2 years since wildfire came through the city of Detroit, destroying homes and businesses. Recovery has been slow but steady. Now we're taking a tour with the mayor of the town to see what progress has been made. And we're starting with the brand new City Hall.
So this is our new Civic Center, which is kind of the cornerstone of the rebuild, the visual cornerstone anyway of the rebuild of Detroit. It'll house our new City Hall. We have 2 bays for fire apparatus from the local fire district.
This brand new building opened up in June, and it'll function as a gathering place for the community as well as the new City Hall after the last one burned. A gym that was part of the old high school that used to stand here is attached to the Civic Center and has been revamped, but championship banners still hang on the walls.
Up there is kind of a connection to the past.
Detroit Mayor Jim Trett is proud of how far the city has come, considering the level of destruction that happened here 2 years ago. He says about 80% of the roughly 600 buildings in the town burned, many of them homes, others businesses.
Everything you're looking at here has been built after the fires. This whole area was just totally decimated.
While people are in varying stages of rebuilding, with some lots for sale, homes are going up.
People are telling us it's coming back faster than they usually see.
And like the town, people are starting to come back too.
What you're looking at are one of the 2 marinas we have in town, and they are basically the economy of the town. This lake is our economic base.
Trett says when people store their boats here and recreate on the lake, they're also more likely to wander into town and grab a bite to eat.
Well, this is our business district that you're looking at.
And along the main street that goes through the small downtown area, food carts are popping up. Thank you.
It's a good business here. A lot of people come here.
That's Susie Penalosa. She owns Susie's Taqueria.
Best tacos, best burritos, best fish tacos, best everything.
And after a fun day outside,
Do you like salsas?
Zach Pickett and his family stopped by.
If you take card, if we can give back, we will, because they were devastated by it. So hopefully they can recover and we can help just by a little bit.
Trett says once the county breaks ground next spring and a new septic system is up and running, more businesses are expected to set up brick and mortar shops here. A new $7 million water treatment system paid for by FEMA is also on the horizon, but the road is long.
We still figure 8 years, maybe a little bit more, for everything to really come back to some semblance of normal. But we're seeing progress every day. Like I say, we'll hit hiccups, but we keep working.
In Detroit, Christine Pinawanich, KGW News.